What's up, you guys? Zoe here from OneGlanceTrader.com, and in this video I've got a live trade that I want to break down fully in terms of why I entered this trade, my reward to risk, all that kind of good stuff in this video. And also, with the power of video editing, you guys will find out whether this trade was a winner or a loser. And whatever the outcome, I'm here to educate you guys in terms of the trades that I'm taking to help you become a better trader. And if you like the sound of that, all I ask for in return is that you smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification icon. Now, this trade is built under the premise of my missed pivot strategy, which again, you can check out the links down below, and it goes into the strategy in a lot more detail and tells you how to use it and how to trade and how to apply it. I also did a video called the top 10 trades pairs to trade, which again, you can find down below or in the top right corner. And what that showed was the Aussie dollar as one of those pairs, and we were looking at the 4-hour chart, and we were looking at the kind of missed daily pivots. So to give you the condensed version is I like to look for missed pivot opportunities because I feel over the coming days and weeks price wants to get attracted to come back to missed pivot levels. And what you can see on the screen now in these dark purple lines are the daily pivots for the Aussie dollar. And this is showing the last 30 daily pivots, and you'll notice that some pivots look wider than others. And the reason for that is because the longer the line is, it basically means that price missed its daily pivot, so therefore the line extends, so you can clearly visually see where the current missed pivots are. So if I just take I've already taken a screenshot of this. Okay, makes life a bit easier for me. You can see here that we've got one missed pivot there and one missed pivot there. So we're at current price here and here, and you can see that these two pivots have not been hit. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a trading opportunity of where I think price is going to be attracted to these missed pivots. Now, in this particular example, because we've got two missed pivots, it's not the most ideal situation to be in because obviously price could go the other way to the other missed pivot. But as you can probably imagine, based on everything you guys can see, you guys have known that my consensus is that it's probably going to hit this missed pivot first before it hits this missed pivot. And if I go back to the chart, you can have a look and see where my entry is. So if we look at the bottom of my terminal over here, I entered at this green line over here at 0.72749. And the reason why I did that was because if we look at, I'm going to go back to this chart. If you look at, firstly, the EMAs. The EMAs are the long-term Dalgoppi's EMAs, and they're all stacked in the right order in terms of pointing down, and they're starting to fan out. Now, meaning when they're trying to fan out, it means that it's a strong, aggressive trend. And if we also look at this area over here where price went into the moving averages, but the moving averages didn't start converging together. They stayed strong and they stayed, fanned out, which implies to me that this trend and the momentum is towards the downside. So within all of that, I've managed to find a one-to-one reward to risk trade that I feel is more likely inside my favor. And if we look back at where my stop loss is, so my stop loss is at this level over here and my take profit is at this level over here. Why is that? So if we look now at the stop losses, well, this should be quite straightforward for those who've been watching my channel for a while. As you can see, we've got points down, and this is what I'm expecting to happen. And also we've got this area of consolidation at the top. That was the last high. So therefore, I've set my stop loss up above that high. And now we've got the missed pivot over here, but you notice I haven't put my take profit down here. I've put my take profit just above the prior lows to give me that one-to-one reward to risk situation going on here, because I believe in this in these EMAs. I believe in this missed pivot. I believe we need to break this 0.72500 level. If we break that, we'll easily get back to these lows, and it probably will continue trending lower once it breaks these lows over here. But that's the reason there. The missed pivot, it tells me my direction. The EMAs tell me the direction of price at this current point in time. So we've got a tick there and a tick there, and it's already broken through its, if we go back to the live chart, it's currently broken through its daily pivot. And if we zoom in slightly, you can see now it wants to test that test that daily pivot again. I'm hoping for another bounce off down into this level over here. And that's pretty much what I'm looking for. I'm currently up, was it $57, something along those lines. Again, I believe that this trade will go, this trade will get down to here, and I'm looking to get, you know, around $500, $488, and my stop loss is it's 476. So you can see here I've gone for that one-to-one scenario here, and generally, as long as I'm right more than 50% of the time, I'm a profitable trader, and that's what I do. So, you know, in all of this price action here, I found a one-to-one trade that I kind of like the sound of. I'm going with the trend, I'm going towards a missed pivot, and I'm quite comfortable with where things are. So like I said, with the power of video editing, in a few seconds, we'll go through the outcome of this trade. So it's a couple of days later, and as you can see from my terminal, we did hit the take profit target, and I did make $488 in the trade. So we did hit the take profit, which you can see by this green line over here. We did hit it yesterday. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to create that video, and then price went back up, touched the today's daily pivot, and now strongly making a move down, and I've all confidence that price will get to this missed pivot level. And as you can see, when we cut off the first part of the video, price did retrace back up to this high, which acted as a resistance level, and I had my stop loss just above this high over here. But then price did very quickly come back down and then hit the take profit target, and now is continuing to go down to that level. And this is an example of where you guys will notice I didn't set my take profit target to the pivot level, because there's no guarantee it's going to hit that pivot level, and I'm putting the odds in my favor that if, you know, 80-90% of the time that price does get attracted to that pivot level, if I set my take profit just in this example above the pivot level, that puts the odds a lot more in my favor, and that's what I like to look for. I don't normally set my take profit at the pivot level. I normally do it at a price action level like this support level over here to test these lows, or this round number level over here, which would have been the next kind of target, or my second take profit target. And again, there's many different ways you can approach this from a trade management perspective, which again, that is a completely different art to this. What I'm looking to do is show you guys trade setups, how I trade, how I look for entries, and ideally looking for missed pivots, because again, it takes all the guesswork out of it if you know that price wants to get to a missed pivot level. And you see it over and over again, and there's so many pairs to choose from. These setups occur every single week, so you know, you don't get them all. Price could have quite easily clipped my stop loss up here and then continued to go down. It has happened. It's quite annoying, but you know, as long as you were right at the end of the day that price did go down, then you can, you know, learn from those types of things. So I was quite confident with this trade, and with the EMAs all pointing down, and even when price got to this level, you can see that they were all clearly still fanned out with the strong quote unquote long-term investors looking to continue to be bearish on this particular pair. So really hope you like this video. On the end screen now, we've got the missed pivot strategy up there, so you guys can learn this in a bit more detail along with some of my live trades, and I shall see you guys in the next video.